beautiful day here in the studio. welcome to another exciting episode of On This Table. I'm always excited being here. I'm always excited talking to my guests. I'm always excited talking to everyone. Yes. And this table is a show where we'll bring you issues confronting life and the world at large, and of course bring possible solutions to these life issues, exclusive to Kingsprimetv. My name is Joy Dukeson. Let's go on this quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
My name is Bukola. I'm a dedicated wife. I'm blessed with two beautiful children. I am the creator and the creative director of In Between I Stand. And the beautiful thing about the Kingsprimetv is it's an app. I can decide to use it on my television. I can decide to use it on my phone. And of course I have an iPad. I can decide to use it on my iPad. There is no boring moment with the Kingsprimetv, especially the way it gets me close to my culture day by day. I'm a busy mom and sometimes I just want to be on my bed alone with my laptop watching the Kingsprimetv. It is the best thing ever. And I'm not connected to just one aspect of the Kingsprimetv. I could decide to watch TV shows like The Big Nigerian Wedding or probably go for a series. Lots of beautiful things on the Kingsprimetv.
In Africa and beyond, more and more people are finding Kingsprimetv a rich hub for entertainment. With a monthly subscription fee as low as $7.99 US, you too can enjoy seamless, world-class HD entertainment that will inform, educate, entertain, and enthrall you. Join us today. Visit kingsprimetv.com to enter into a whole new dimension of entertainment. Kingsprimetv. Entertainment just the way you like it.
Welcome back. Okay, so they say that there's freedom of speech. However, they tend to still punish or criticize people who air their opinion. So I'm asking, is there a limit to airing your personal opinion? Should there be a limit? Is everyone entitled, just like they say everyone is entitled to their opinion? So is there a limit as to what you can say? Well, with me in the studio is Mr. Collins Alozie. See how you're smiling.
Your face makes me smile. Yeah.
We'll talk about this later.
Right.
Okay, you look like someone that can do amiibo very well. You like amiibo, Abi?
I don't even know what it means.
Okay. Okay. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about limits to airing your own opinion. So my first question is there a limit as to how one should express his or herself?
Oh, yes. There is. In as much as they said everybody's entitled to his or her own opinion. Yeah. But there's still limit to how far you could go about that.
Okay.
In the sense that as much as you want to air your opinion, you have right to say what you want to say. You must understand that there are lines that you shouldn't cross, so that it doesn't, make sure that your statement doesn't affect other people.
Okay.
It doesn't malign their personality or character.
Okay. So how do you even know that you have crossed the boundary?
You have to be sensitive. The only way you could know is that you have to think before you say what you want to say. Don't just open up just like a valve, just
okay.
like that. You just have to think through.
Okay.
Yeah.
For instance, let's say you have a big head, okay, and I want to say that. Now, if I'm supposed, how do I now tell you that your head is big without you getting angry? How do I say that? You said that you have to be sensitive, right?
Yeah.
So you have a big head, and I want to tell you that, let's say you have a big head and the cap you're wearing isn't sitting pretty on your head. So in this scenario now, how do I tell you that, okay, see guy, this cap on your head is not good because you have a big head?
And like I said, we need to be sensitive in the sense that by the time you want to tell me that I have a big head, you should be asking yourself, is it necessary? You talk about this subject of about this matter. Is this a factor for that you have to talk about? If you could answer the question, if it is not necessary, you could just look the other way.
What if the way the cap is sitting on your head doesn't suit what you're wearing, and then I have to tell you to take it off?
If you have to check, you have to consider our relationship.
Oh, okay. Okay.
First, there are some people that even no matter however it sits, you don't have the rapport. There's no relationship for you to even want to say anything about it.
Okay.
But there are some relationship you have with people. No matter how you say it, it is not wrong. It doesn't really affect them. You find out that you might just have to play or laugh over it. No matter how you say it. So that's why I say you need to be sensitive. There are situations you look at it, and you might look for if it really affects you in the sense that it concerns what you do. That cap concerns what you have to look for a way around it. You might be sensitive, be polite in the way you say it. You have to be smart the way you say it, so that it doesn't demean his personality. But at the same time you are able to express to the person what you truly mean or what you want to say.
Okay, so if you want to tell me now that I have a big head and the cap doesn't suit me, how would you say it?
It's simple. I think you should have adjusted this cap a little.
Goodness. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so should people even get angry when other persons air their opinion about certain things they do?
You have to know. And when we talk about anger, it's an emotional issue.
Because you know that there are some people that get angry when you correct them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anger, it has to do with your emotion, your person. There are some people, they hardly get angry, but some people are, they are short-tempered. They have this short fuse. So, but however, when somebody else says something or urges his or her own opinion towards you, you could get angry, yes, but what you must ensure you do, don't be rash in your actions.
Okay.
Try to pause. If possible, wait for 24 hours. If possible. I know it could sound funny.
24 hours.
Because if you have that ability to control whoever you feel at that moment, that you don't really attack, go on the offensive, you wait a little, you might end up finding out when you evaluate whatever the person said, you might find out that what the person said might be true. If you could just wait at that moment, you didn't rush out, you might find out that what the person said is true. And when you evaluate it very well and find out it is true, you might have to make an adjustment in consideration to what the person said. But in the other way around, when you still wait enough and you evaluate it, and you find out that what the person said, maybe the person said it out of some level of sentiment, sentimental opinions that are not, just shove it off and go on with your life.
Okay.
But the point here is that you mustn't always respond to every situation.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you think about people who attack people on social media?
In that take, I would say it's unnecessary. Reason, take a look at it this way. The social media is a virtual community, created so that people could air their ideas and share, connect and so on and so forth. But in the other way around, look at it this way. You have some people within your neighborhood that you don't relate with. And the reasons why you don't relate with them, it's not because you have issues with them, but because of differing ideas and opinions that it wouldn't go down with you. So you just leave your relationship on that level of hello, hi, exchange pleasantries, and you go your way. But that doesn't make the fellow an enemy, neither a friend, equally. So the same thing is applicable on the social media. On social media, it's a virtual community. You have a lot of people there. You mustn't always respond to what somebody said. perhaps somebody says something. If it is necessary, you must respond to it, or you must react to it. Try to be constructive. If you have to, try to be constructive. And when you add your own opinion, I mean, probably what the person said, it didn't go down well with you. Instead of reacting to what the person said, why not private chat the person? On one-on-one private chat. Try to express yourself. And look, I don't buy the way you spoke or the way you reacted towards my post. I'm not happy about that.
But there's really one thing I've noticed over time, that people don't attack situations; they attack the person. And it's actually a problem. For instance, you said something, assuming we're in a particular place, and then you said something that didn't go down well with me. Now, instead of me to attack that thing you said, I start insulting you. I start telling you that, see, you that your father is this, your mother is this, or you that is this, or you that is this. I mean, why do people even leave what they should tackle and then tackle something else? It's becoming a problem.
It's I said lack of knowledge. It's a lot of lack of knowledge. We should always look at the topic, the reason. To every social platform, there's a reason why people converge. If I found out, if I come to evaluate and find out that this reason why we converge is becoming a personal issue, man, it is simple. I unfollow, or I unfriend, or I block. So whichever way, there's no reason why we should fight over it. It's not necessary at all. When I unfollow or unfriend or unblock, it wouldn't continue. Or perhaps it could be passive. If I know this fellow is looking for an avenue to attack me, I try as much as possible not to respond to posts you are involved in.
Okay. There's actually another thing that imagine if we have an issue and there's something, maybe you did something wrong to me, and I don't find it funny. Now, instead of me meeting you to address it to you, I'll go to my social media page to vent. There are lots of persons who do that. They go to their social media, either they post it on their status, or maybe there's a breakup or something. So, what do you think about people who do not talk about issues face to face, but are okay with going to social media to vent?
Growing up, there are experiences in life, but I came to understand something. For instance, I found out that I don't mean to upset anybody, but I found out that majority of the people that are short, a kind of small in stature, they have this attitude in the sense that they feel the general society feels they are small. So they always try to prove a point.
So it's more like inferiority complex? Yes,
a complex. Okay. They always, if you could be observant, you find out about majority of them, those that are small in stature, they always want to prove a point. Whenever there's an issue, they rather go to the contrary, to the opposite side of the situation. They always want to err so that they are noticeable, so that they are not marginalized because of their stature. So taking the same thing to social media, there are some people that it has nothing to do with stature now, but it has to do with the size of their mind. That is the way they are. It shows that this person is not yet matured enough to tackle issues, head on and privately, if it requires. If it didn't happen on the social platform, why should you be taking it there? Handle it where it came. If it was a family issue, handle it within the family. If it's a relationship issue, handle it within your relationship. You mustn't wash your dirty linens outside.
In the public, yes. So, now, you are an adult. I mean, I'm sure that you've also had experiences. So what's the ridiculous comment you've heard about yourself, and then you're like, wait, me? As in me? Like, has it ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. But one in particular was somebody telling my wife, look, your husband, we are about to get married, and they said your husband to be is a very proud guy. I first
Yeah.
I had to clean my ear.
Yes.
You know, like, where is this one coming from? But I didn't react at all. Typical me, I didn't react, but because I know it takes a proud person to know what pride is. Yeah, because you cannot define what you don't know. What you don't know, you can't define.
But did you get demoralized for a minute?
Never. But I was a kind of a little
You felt bad.
Not bad, disappointed. In the sense that you don't even know me that much. But
it actually got to you.
Yeah, but in the sense that couldn't you just wait to get to know me? You know, must it be on the periphery? What you assume? Life is not. You don't define people based on an assumption. You know, it is. I felt it was wrong.
Do you know someone told me one time ago that I walk like a dog fowl. Do you know? To be very honest, I had to look at myself. I went to the mirror and then I walked. And then at a point, I had to record myself to be sure that okay. And I was like, okay, what's going on?
But like I said earlier, your approach was positive. When somebody says something about you, you try to evaluate yourself. Don't react. Don't react. Evaluate yourself. When you evaluate yourself, you could come to find out that what the person said is truth. And what do? You begin to make a readjustment to your personal life.
Okay, but wait now. Do I walk like a dog?
No.
Okay. okay. Let's go on this quick break. I'll be right back.
Kingsprimetv is a one-stop entertainment website for live sports, news, reality shows, and top-notch Nollywood movies. Log in to our website www.kingsprimetv.com or download our app on any of our iOS devices or your Android phones, any one of them. Just download and you get your movies and all entertainment stuff just the way you like it. Welcome again to Kingsprimetv.
Welcome back. So we have been talking about we've been asking the question, is there a limit as to what one should say? Is there a limit as to how you should express your feelings or your opinion? And I have been talking to Mr. Collins. Okay, so you say I don't walk like a dog fowl
At all.
but I feel bad at that point.
Yes.
Is it normal?
Yes, it is normal because you're human. You have emotions. You're a person of like passion like every other person.
Okay.
You know, you could get upset. But what I say, I'm trying to say is this. Even the Bible says, you get angry but do not sin. It is natural to get upset when people try to, define you wrong in a wrong way. So you could get angry, but ensure you don't react, because that's the secret. If you react, you might end up making a fool of yourself. But when you decide not to react, take a minute, evaluate what the person said with all honesty in the eyes of truth.
Okay.
When you evaluate, if it is true, you begin to make adjustment on how to, your personal adjustment on how to, become better. But perhaps if you check and you evaluate it wasn't true, you just shovel it off and go, go. There's no point.
So what if it's true?
If it is true, like I said, you begin to make some.
So in my own case now, assuming I saw myself, but do you know the mind has a way of playing tricks on us?
Yeah.
I started seeing small traces of stuff.
It's psychological.
Okay.
There's somebody once said to me one time about a subject topic in psychology. He said, even if you are lying and you maintain, maintain your stand, with time, over time, it begins to look like truth.
Like truth.
So that's why even the Bible said to us, he said, be careful as you think, for as a man think.
So he is.
So he is. So you must be careful. Guide your heart with all diligence. He said, out of it comes the issue of that. If you don't guide your heart, when I say evaluate, I'm not saying evaluate and take what the person say must be true. No, you evaluate it within the eyes of truth. In all honesty, that's why you shouldn't be in a hurry at all. when you evaluate, but protect your heart. Don't be emotionally driven. At that point, protect your heart. If not, you might, like you said, you might begin to see yourself, you are now working like a dog farm, but in this sense, you don't. So that could generate a complex. So you must protect yourself. At the end of the evaluation, if truly we are working like a dog farm, when you were born, you were not working at all. Nobody was born working. We learned to how to work. We begin to unlearn. But perhaps you were not working like a dog farm. You shove it off.
Okay. So where should someone draw the line? I mean, you want to air your opinion, just like you said. You should know the limit. You should know where to draw the line. So, as an individual, where do you think someone should draw the line?
You must be careful that your opinion doesn't deform some other person's character.
Okay.
Because why am I saying it? Somebody once said to Idi Amin of Uganda that an international press person said, I heard that in Uganda there's no freedom of speech. He said no. You know how the way he talks. He said no, there's freedom of speech in Uganda. But what I cannot is to guarantee you freedom, depending on what you said after the speech.
So where's the freedom of speech?
So the point here is this: look, there's freedom of speech everywhere in the world, almost everywhere in the world, but it is not absolute.
Okay.
It is not absolute.
It's not absolute,
There are things you could say that it could become criminal based on what based on what you said. So you must be careful not to deform people.
Okay. So what should guide you? What should be like a guide for you to know that that you're crossing the boundary? Are there things that one should know in order to be satisfied that he or she hasn't crossed the boundary?
You must be well acquainted with the law of the land where your country law.
Okay.
You must be acquainted with it. Then you must be acquainted also with the word, two words: love, two, respect.
Okay.
Love and respect. When you are making your opinion, airing your opinion, the law, you must ensure you know what the law says. Be careful you don't incite people against the government.
Okay.
Ensure your statement, your opinion, doesn't generate crisis. It doesn't cause unrest within the country. You must ensure your statement doesn't endanger the lives of people within the society. You must equally ensure that you are not you don't malign people's character. Because if you do any of this, makes you liable. You can be charged. So you should be careful. The other was the respect. You must have this a key indicator in the sense that know who you are talking to. In Africa, there's this norm that you must be careful when you are talking to an elderly person. Know what to say. Even if the elderly person is wrong, there's a way to politely, make your point, without disrespecting the elder.
Okay. So, assuming you have a situation now, so how do you ensure that you pass your message in a logical way without coming out as somebody who is a troll?
Yeah, simple. The way to make do it is that number one, you make your comment very polite.
Okay.
Very polite.
Okay.
Because I could say please, I could say go out of this place. I could still say get out of this place. All means you going out. Get the point. All means you going out. But the two, they don't sound the same, and they don't actually in the real sense. The way I said it, it doesn't mean the same. But if you have to evaluate, it's the same word. I don't know what I'm communicating.
Yeah.
So you must ensure you are polite. It's a way. And when there are situations, there are situations that you don't approach it on the open. You might have to meet the person up privately.
Okay.
In the sense that where I come from, you don't rebuke an elder openly. You must give him that respect no matter what he said. You don't rebuke an elder openly. So you talk, look for a way to talk with the person privately. I think by the time you put all these things into consideration, it should guide you. And also, you must be careful you don't crush people by the words you say. There are some words you could say to some people, they might not recover from it for the rest of their lives. You must be very careful.
Okay. So, in a nutshell,
what guides me personally is respect. The word respect and love.
I mean, okay. Now, you know that just like you said, in this part of the world, I am Africa. I mean, elders do not like to be corrected.
Depends. Like a wise man once said that the worst way to communicate to an elder or to a teacher is trying to teach them.
Okay.
You know, naturally to an African man will always submit to the superior. He will also relate with those his subordinate, but he fights with his equal. That's the nature of an African man, contending with his equal. So you must ensure while trying to communicate, the way you pass your message, you don't make yourself co-equal. So you have to be sensitive. Not because they don't like to be corrected, but the way you said it. Or what you said depends on the way the person reacts. There's a way you could even talk to a person. There's a tribe in Nigeria, precisely, I won't call them. They could get so friendly that there's a way you address them, and they consider you a very good friend, that they could even offer you their wives. Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
Yeah. They could offer you their wives just to show you that, look, you are accepted with all my heart. For a night,
I'm just trying to imagine it.
No, that's why I said I wouldn't call it, but it exists.
No, after the show. We have to know.
So it
Okay.
exists. So I would, like I said, you must be careful what you said,
Why are you smiling? It's funny to you.
Yes, it's funny, but because why is it funny? Because it's real.
People are that kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way of showing you hospitality. Look, I accept you with all my heart. So it depends on the way you approach the person. You could create a mark that can never be forgotten. There's a particular story in the Bible of a community where a greater army came to invade them, but a particular wise man he checked, evaluated the strength of his community. They are no match, but with nice words, he was able to turn the invading army back. So it depends on the way you approach matter.
Okay. So have you ever tried to correct your parents?
Yes, I have. I could tell it's challenging
Okay.
because then I was still also immature the way. So I didn't. I've not really. I didn't really know what I know today. If I knew what I knew today, I would have done it better. So I could tell it's very difficult, Africa. It's we have this belief in Africa that as a parent you know better.
Of course.
You know better, but it's not always the truth. Because I've seen my parents, I've seen them, especially my dad, I've seen them make mistakes, When I say mistakes, my dad is not the kind of person that he doesn't make mistakes. But somehow, whenever he makes a mistake, he makes a very huge one.
I understand, yeah.
And most times, as a child, I evaluate most of the things he did. Even as a child, then I wouldn't have done it that way. So there's this fear factor, the way an African man raises his family, that you are the lion of the tribe. So therefore, nobody talks when you talk, even when you are wrong. Everybody has to
all knowing.
So it was really difficult, and the way my house is, nobody challenges my dad except me. So
he must be the stubborn one for challenging you.
But somehow we are always there was this contention between me and him always, but we are best of friends.
Wow.
Closer than every other person, because I know him to the depth that my siblings don't. I know him very, very well.
Okay.
And we relate very well. But man, we fight more than any every other person.
I can relate. Okay, all right. I'm really enjoying myself right here in the studio, and I'm sure you are doing same too. Let's go on this quick commercial break. I'll be right back. Yes, welcome back. So we're shifting the rhythm, right? This is the Know Me segment. Knowing me, knowing you. What are you expecting, really? So why are you excited?
No, I'm not excited.
Okay. So I'm going to be asking you questions. I'm going to give you options, and then you're going to tell me. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Number one, meat or fish?
Fish.
Why?
I said because everybody wants the same meat.
Okay, so you just chose fish because everybody wants same meat.
That's me.
Can you imagine him? It's a reason. Okay, casual or corporate?
Casual.
I can see it. Really, shoes or sandals?
Shoes.
Why?
I really don't know.
Why is it that you people don't like to be comfortable? I mean, sandals, you're very comfortable wearing.
Man, you know these days in Nigeria,
Okay.
the security situation is somehow. So you must be ready to bail. Ensure nothing keeps you back.
I'm sorry, this is hilarious.
But yeah, that's the situation we find ourselves. That's why we are praying for change.
So with sandals,
You can't afford to run and leave your behind it.
I don't know, sandals. It's as if sandals can even disgrace you more than shoes.
You know. So
Running, one side will just go up like this. Okay. Fufu or gari?
oh, fufu.
I know now.
No.
You're my type. I love fufu. Once you just hold it like this, bam, off you go.
Somehow, I can't just really say. I just enjoy it more. It gives this smooth ride, you know.
I'm sorry, I don't want to imagine right now. Okay, jollof rice or fried rice?
Jollof.
Fried rice has so many orishi inside.
I don't even know rishi. I don't even know sometimes their colors. You don't understand what they add to it. Whether it is bar soap or crayon. So let me be sure what I'm eating. Okay, chocolate or ice cream? Ice cream.
What kind of ice cream? Those are you said.
Ice cream is ice cream.
Ice cream.
It's ice cream.
Did you ever buy ice cream and then they use scissors to cut it into?
Of course, I schooled in Lagos State. There was this type they used to sell then. That is, they tie it in
Waterproof.
In waterproof, you know.
Mickey.
Colorless waterproof. They just tie it.
Okay.
So you don't even need scissors. You have to bite it open.
It's ice cream.
And they freeze it. And we call it ice cream. So it's ice cream.
Oh, please. Okay. Okra or egusi?
Okra.
Why?
Man, I don't like egusi. I don't really. Because it's difficult to cook egusi to the point that it's really get tasty. It's difficult, but it takes nothing to cook okra.
Okra soup and fufu goes down very.
Oh, how did you know?
Okay, so movies or sleeping?
Movies. Oh yes.
So you don't like sleeping?
Man, there'll be enough sleep by the time I sleep finally in the Lord. I'll sleep for eternity.
So
Right now,
you enjoy yourself.
let me enjoy it.
So what kind of movies do you like?
I like epic.
Nigerian epic.
Nah.
Nigerian epic.
Nah. So sometimes it could be very annoying. The storyline is just stereotype.
Please don't disgrace us. Okay, strawberry or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Abi, what is even that strawberry?
I don't even. I want to make sure I'm not eating crayon. Because I know in Africa we don't have strawberry. So where do they get it from?
I don't know. Just before me, strawberry.
So you just have to know.
Okay, cake or puff?
Man, puff.
You're really a village guy.
You know now. You should know.
Okay. All right. Phone call or SMS?
And I think SMS is better.
You don't like stress.
I don't like to try to convince somebody.
Okay.
So, but when you send the message, however you see it, you take it that way. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Soccer or wrestling?
Oh, soccer.
Why don't you like wrestling?
I used to like it when I was younger.
So what happened?
I grew up. Found out that in reality, WWE just the same thing as watching cinema.
But really, I'm still finding it so hard to believe that wrestling is fake. Like all those things are scripted.
Yes, it is. Who wants to? You know the guy called Big Show.
Yes, I know Big Show.
Yeah, and you know Ric Flair.
No, I don't know Ric Flair.
Rey Mysterio.
I'm not that old school.
No, Rey Mysterio is not that old. Okay.
See, let's just leave it at Undertaker and Kane. Okay. Just leave it
No,
like that.
those are match. It's logical that they are match based on their physical sizes. But when I'm saying Rey Mysterio, Big Show, you see somebody this and somebody this, and you know that it's impossible. Except if you how would I say probably you drank petrol for water and you are seriously high. Even if you are high, you should know that this is death sentence if you should try it. But for you to walk in there in that ring
and then beat somebody who's
not necessary for you to have the effrontery to step in the ring. It is rest in peace.
So it is the effrontery for you
to step. So if it's not a script, why will you do such a thing? Have you ever seen any keke, this tricycle, running towards a truck? It's not possible. You'll be crushed. You'll be this not bad.
I mean, I'm just till now. I still find it so hard to believe that wrestling is scripted.
Believe it or not, it is.
Because okay, so how do they get those things, those chairs, and then they hit somebody, and then they raise you up?
They rehearse over and over, over and over. Even this Undertaker, his real name is Mark Calloway. During his retirement, he was saying something about his fight with Hulk Hogan, and before the fight, that he came to him and said that he had a pain in his neck. So by the time you want to give me the tombstone, be very careful, hold me very well.
So they have this kind of discussion.
Exactly. So by the time after so many hours, and at the final section that he wanted to give Hulk the tombstone, and he heard him very well. I'm ensured that as he was landing, he really didn't land with his head, but the impact still affected him. That if immediately after the guy was shouting, his neck, he said, "Call my wife, call my wife, call my wife." I had him. I said, "Wow, what? These people are joking with me."
Okay, right. So let's go to the tongue twister. So
I better we don't start it.
We have to start it because come on, this is a way to relax,
I don't like that part.
Alright, so we're going to say this very fast. For fine fresh fish, phone fail.
For fun, fine fresh.
Allow us to start.
No, I don't want. I want to ensure I don't forget it.
For fine fresh fish, phone fail. PHIL fail. So what it means is for a fresh fish that is fine, you should phone fail.
Okay,
let me just
no,
for fine fresh fish,
I don't really need to see.
Phone fail. Right. So on 3, do you want some time?
No.
On 3, okay, take a deep breath. On 3, 2, 1, action.
For 4, 5 fish, full fear. Is it?
We won't even give you 0. For fine fresh fish, phone fail.
Okay, for 5 fresh fish, phone fail.
Yeah.
For 5 fresh fish, phone fail. You can give me -1. I'll pay later.
Alright. it's been an amazing time with Mr. Collins here in the studio. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much, our viewers out there, for sticking out with us. For more exciting episodes, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Kingsprimetv. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And do not forget to also download the Kingsprimetv app on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And then you have access to exciting movies, soccer, cartoons, plenty entertainment just at your fingertips. Thank you so much for sticking with us. My name is Joy Dixon. Bye for now.